In 48 hours, we're going to know what the Federal Reserve plans to do with interest rates moving forward. Now, this is going to have huge impacts on the stock market, on crypto, on all global financial markets. So today's video, I want to talk about important things going on with this meeting, but also address key numbers with Ethereum, which aren't too good. Also go over important things going on in China with adoption of crypto and Walmart and other major announcements. So what we're seeing right now with the Federal Reserve meeting is it's coming up on November 1st and November 2nd, and we've mentioned this in almost every single video as of recently because it is a key event that is going to dictate where the market is going to finish the remainder of 2022. So on November 1st and November 2nd, we have this meeting, but the key time is you need to be aware of on Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern time. We are going to see the Federal Reserve make their decision on interest rates moving forward. Is it a 75 basis point rate hike? Is it a 50 basis point rate hike? And everyone is so focused on this, but the reality of the situation is there's an 86% chance that we are going to see a 75 basis point rate hike. So don't even worry about what the number is for this meeting. Yes, it's important, but it is almost guaranteed that we are going to see a 75 basis point rate hike. The more important part of this meeting is at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, when Fed Chair Jerome Powell is going to be delivering his speech. And in this speech, we are going to see exactly what they plan on doing moving forward. A little bit more guidance as to what's going to go on in the December meeting and meetings after that. So that is what's more important. The rate this meeting is basically locked in at 75 basis points. What's more important is what's going to happen moving forward. Are they going to continue with another 75 basis point rate hike after this meeting, or are they going to start tapering it off? That is the key thing to watch for. So 2 p.m. is Eastern time is when we're going to have the official rate for November. But after that, 2:30 p.m. Eastern time is when Jerome Powell is going to be speaking. And that is what you need to be aware of with what he says with regards to guidance moving forward. Also, I want to talk about what's been going on with Ethereum, because while we've been seeing prices do pretty well as of recently, and Ethereum has been leading the way, a few interesting things have happened with Ethereum Whales and inflows to exchanges. I want to quickly interrupt today's video to bring you a word from our channel partner, BRN Metaverse. BRN Metaverse is building the future itself with its game called the Metaverse. The beta version of this game, which recently has been started, is expected to be released towards the end of 2022. And ultimately, this game was developed with play to earn in mind. So players can earn in multiple different ways, from either fighting individually or as in a group to earn money. In addition to all of this, BRN Metaverse is more than just a metaverse and a gaming project, as they will be producing wearable technologies using embedded systems for people in the future. And these clothes will connect our world with the metaverse and improve Web3 entirely. The cool thing about this project is that they have recently partnered with a number of major crypto and tech companies, such as Chainlink, to bring Chainlink price feeds on the BNB chain mainnet. By integrating the industry-leading decentralized Oracle network, the BRN Metaverse project can access high-quality, tamper-proof price feeds needed to provide accurate NFT prices in its marketplace. Not only this, but BRN Metaverse has also recently partnered with Reef Chain, which is an EVM-compatible blockchain created for DeFi, NFT, and the gaming industry. It's known by many investors and many people in the crypto space for having extreme reliability, being extremely fast, and low transaction costs. BRN Metaverse token, BRN, is already available on multiple top exchanges, including MEXC, which has over 10 million users, and it's been announcing major partnerships basically every single month. So I definitely think this project is worth checking out. Use my link in the description and check out BRN Metaverse today. So Ethereum recently, there's three main things that have happened. First thing is that active Ethereum addresses have been continuing to decline for the last few months. This isn't a great sign. This is showing us that not as many people are interested in the Ethereum blockchain as they were before. My thoughts are that it mostly has to do with NFTs. We've seen a lot of hype around Cardano NFTs recently, and the NFT market has just cooled off substantially. OpenSea has significantly lower volumes. So I think that is why we are seeing significantly lower active Ethereum addresses. But this is something just to keep in mind, that when you're seeing this massive decline and continual decline in Ethereum active wallet addresses, it's not a good sign in the short term, but it does mean that Historically, when this happens, it's usually towards the bottom of the market. Second thing that we're seeing with Ethereum is that we have seen that the number of Ethereum addresses holding 10,000 plus ETH just reached a 7-month low of 1,158 addresses. This is basically indicating that whales are selling off their positions, showing us that there are a record low number of accounts that have over 10,000 Ethereum. The only way for them to drop below 10,000 is by selling their ETH, or they could be sending it somewhere else. But for the most part, what we're seeing is that this record low is also not great for Ethereum. It could be another sign of just the NFT market cooling off, and a lot of people who were ETH whales got it from NFTs. But either way, this is another thing just to be aware of, that we have reached a multi-month low for Ethereum whale accounts. Last thing I want to go over is going to be with Crypto Quant recently released a report that shows us that whales deposits on exchanges, that exchange inflows have been continuing to rise, basically showing us that recently there have been a lot of people sending their Ethereum back onto exchanges during this recent rally we have seen. And you can see that right here just in the last few weeks. We have seen Ethereum's price rally significantly, so this could be a sign that a lot of people are taking profits, since we've seen Ethereum go from $1,000 per coin all the way back up to around $1,600 per coin. So just keep an eye out on this if you're an Ethereum holder. I'm very bullish on Ethereum long term, but these are three things just to be aware of. The combination of inflows onto exchanges could signal profit taking. The other is whale accounts reaching a record low for Ethereum. And the third is simply that we're seeing a decline in active wallet addresses. So keep that in mind. Now I want to go over some big important things going on for crypto that are very bullish long term. First thing is going to be with Hong Kong. New reports came out that Hong Kong is set to legalize Bitcoin and crypto trading. And this is according to a report that the Hong Kong government has completely reconsidered their stance on crypto, tokenized securities, retail, investors, crypto ETFs, and the entire sector in general. So back last year, they had outright said they didn't want crypto trading. They didn't want NFTs. They pretty much banned it. But now they said that Hong Kong is ready to engage with global virtual asset service providers and invite them to the city. Hong Kong Security and Futures Commission will conduct a public consultation on how retail investors may be given a suitable degree of access to virtual assets, to licensed exchanges, and more. And according to this, they also say that the SFC has been actively looking to set up a regime to authorize ETFs, which will provide exposure to mainstream virtual assets with appropriate investment guardrails. Ultimately, they said they're going to start off with Bitcoin futures and Ethereum futures, but this could expand in the future. So this is a great sign. This is going to be millions of people who previously didn't have access to crypto, now have access back to the crypto market. Again, it's interesting to see that during the height of the bull market, that is when all these restrictions came into place in China. Before that, there weren't as many restrictions. Now that the market has come back down again, they are looking at opening things back up to people in Hong Kong. That could have, long-term, very positive impacts. Moving forward, let's talk a little bit about one of the biggest retailers in the world with Walmart. So Walmart's CTO came out and said that crypto will become a major payments disruptor. And there have been rumors over the last year or so that Walmart has been working on rolling out crypto payments, and there have been a couple of false rumors coming out, like with Litecoin and Dogecoin previously. But what we're seeing right now is that according to their CTO in a recent interview, he says that they ultimately want to make sure they have a friction-free experience for customers to be able to transact and to be able to buy. And ultimately, he says that is where they're at. He thinks there's going to be a lot of disruption going on and going to start happening in terms of different payment methods and different payment options. And he believes that crypto is going to be a major payments disruptor, ultimately showing me that Walmart is continuing to consider adopting crypto, using it, and allowing people to pay for it. Because if their CTO is saying that he believes it's going to be a major payments disruptor, it makes sense that they're going to actually integrate it into their business. He wouldn't be saying this, he wouldn't be talking about it if they didn't have any plans of doing it in the short term. Last two things I want to go over is going to be an update on some bankruptcies and some things happen in the crypto space. And the last thing we're going to go over is a report from institutional investors. What we're seeing with bankruptcies, we saw Three Arrows Capital and Voyager Digital and a lot of major companies, but one that we talked about briefly a few months back was HODLNOT. So crypto lender HODLNOT, there are some fishy things going on that you're going to need to want to know. According to a new report, they lost about $190 million in the Terra Luna crash. But more importantly is not how much money they lost and what happened there, because that was pretty much across the board for Celsius, Voyager Digital, Three Arrows Capital. That was pretty consistent. But with HODLNOT, they said that directors downplayed the extent of the group's exposure to Terra Luna, both during the period leading up to and following the collapse in May of 2022. And it also says the report stated that 1,000 deleted documents were that they had found that there were 1,000 deleted documents from HODLNOT's Google Workspace, which could have helped shed light to the business. So just use this as a reminder when you're investing in any crypto projects, putting your money on any platform, that they may be telling you something, they may tell you your funds are secure, and you can do your best. Like I do my best to find which platforms are most secure, but still, they're not always completely transparent. And this is proven when things go wrong, and then there start being court cases and legal proceedings, and they start looking into what actually happened. Because when you start looking into, well, how did this company completely go bankrupt when they were worth hundreds of millions, billions of dollars? Usually, if that happens in a very short period of time, something isn't right. Something was going on behind the scenes that customers weren't aware of. So just be careful moving forward with any platforms you do use. And I just wanted to point this out because I found it very interesting, to say the least. And the last thing I want to go over is going to be with BNY Mellon. A new report came out from BNY Mellon and the NASDAQ that ultimately says institutions are very open to trading crypto right now, but they have one major concern. And according to the report, it says 70% of institutions would increase their digital asset activity if services like custody and execution are available from a recognized, trusted institutions. They said institutional investors are more concerned about getting into crypto in a safe and compliant and secure manner instead of just jumping in immediately hoping for high returns. Previously, during the bull market, when everything was going crazy, they just wanted to get in as quickly as possible. But now, after everything that's happened, institutions want to get into crypto, but they want to make sure it's from trusted, recognized names in the financial space. So as soon as we start seeing some big institutions offer crypto-related services, I'm expecting a large inflow of capital from pension funds, from major institutions. We've seen Google talk about crypto and integrate it into their business. Visa, PayPal, Apple, Walmart, all these companies are, and as well as investment firms. So just keep an eye out on this, because seeing that 70% of institutions surveyed from BNY Mellon want to get into crypto, but are simply just waiting for recognized and established businesses to offer services, that is a great sign. If you're in crypto long term, it makes me extremely bullish in the long-term view for crypto.